Hello everyone. So lately I've been seeing a lot of posts online and things like that where, like usual, people have a lot of misinformation and outright lies and myths that they've been told about the foreskin and the intact or uncircumcised penis. One of those things is about how a guy who has his foreskin, such as myself, how do you pee? Well, first of all, people have gotten this paranoid idea that an uncircumcised or intact penis is dirty. And this is just not true. This is one of those lies that have been pushed in order to kind of sway people towards circumcision and try to tell them that circumcision is better, that it's cleaner, healthier, and so on. All the standard lies that people have been told. So when a guy who's not circumcised pees, people they make it more complicated. People have tried to make this more complicated. Whereas in reality, the foreskin covering the head of the penis, that's the way we're made. That's the normal way. But yet people have made it sound like it's rocket science. I've heard just today, I saw comments where people are like, oh, no, every time I pee, I need to rinse my penis off in the sink. Or you have to retract the foreskin and, don't pee through the foreskin, that's dirty and unsanitary. No, that's all lies. Now, if a guy wants to retract, that's up to him, but it's totally not necessary. And remember, many times a child is not supposed to retract until at least the teenage years. So you would never ever want to try to encourage him to retract the foreskin to pee, because then you might be trying to actually make it go back before it's actually ready. So, in reality, how do you pee? First of all, you pull it out, you start to pee. When you're done, a quick squeeze and shake. That's all that's needed. That's it. That's not unsanitary, it's not unhygienic. That's normal. That's healthy. That's the way it's supposed to work. Just imagine for a second, for centuries, most of the countries of the world, most cultures have not had circumcision. Think of everybody from myself here in the United States, my boyfriend down in Peru, someone in the middle of Africa. If they're out in the middle of the woods, they pull out their penis, they pee on a tree, squeeze and shake, and they're done. You don't need toilet paper. You don't need a sink with running water to rinse it off every time. You just don't need all of that. Squeeze and shake. That's all it is, and that's not dirty, and that's not hygienic. And guys have been doing that since the dawn of time. Squeeze and shake. It's very simple. Don't make it complicated. Because circumcision has become such a thing, people have tried to make being natural complicated and difficult. It's not rocket science. You pull it out, you pee, you squeeze, and you shake. There's no need to pull back the foreskin, despite what you might have been told. There's no need for it. Now, if you are one of those guys who wants to do it that way, then you can do it that way. It's on you. But don't try to tell anyone else that they have to retract the foreskin, otherwise they're dirty. That is not true. That is not true. It's just not. One other thing that you might want to note is that, again, as we've said many times before, a guy is not naturally retractable often until the teenage years. So to try to, the first few years of life, he's been peeing through the foreskin anyway. Remember, guys around the world have been doing this for generations. And it's only in this modern day when people are trying to promote circumcision so much for some crazy reason that they try to come up with all these reasons as to why the foreskin is dirty and unhygienic and all these kinds of things.